Hi guys, Harry Yotis here, professional trader for 20 years. Started my career way back in 2005, still alive in 2026. My. Turnaround Tuesday? Well, today is Tuesday, this candle right here, the 7th of April. And the big news, has the war been averted? We had a last minute, like in the last hour of the day, maybe last half an hour of the day, the trading day that is, um, there's some positive news on the war front. Okay, we'll get to that soon because the market was sort of down the whole day and then came back. But first, let's talk about the S&P 500 and the technical picture. Okay, now because of how strongly it finished today, we are back within this chop zone. Okay, we are still working this bear trap that when we traded below this huge 653 level, look, touched it twice and then finally broke here. People were very, very bearish. We went into extreme territory. And now we're back up within this chop zone. And we've been in it for like 4 days now. So it's sort of holding. Is it going to be rolling over? I don't know. But so far, the technicals are back into neutral territory, I see. Even though the sentiment, as we see here, sentiment is still at extreme fear, which we know the war is still out there. Nothing has really been decided. We have Trump's deadline of 8 o'clock tonight before Armageddon hits. But maybe that was a ploy to get them into the negotiating table. We don't know. But as you can see, the fear is still there in the markets. Nobody knows for sure because Trump is very, very erratic. We don't know. He's a random, a question mark, a random quantity. We don't know what's going to happen. Okay. So let's get to the big news of the day. Has the war been averted? Iran updates. Pakistan seeks a 2-week pause after Trump warns whole civilization will die if no deal by deadline. Okay, so in the last minute we have here on Zero Hedge, the Pakistani Prime Minister came in, and I don't know where it is here, but the Pakistani Prime Minister came in and proposes right here. Okay, Pakistan proposes a 2-week Iran ceasefire ahead of Trump deadline. Okay, and part of that was to open the Straits of Hormuz for this 2-week period. Okay, now this is very, very positive. Okay, and the White House press secretary Caroline Levitt, tells me that the president has been aware of the proposal and he will respond soon. Okay, so this is good. You have one side of the negotiation, the Pakistanis, which are the mediators, coming up with a real good deal to Trump. Trump heard it, and even what makes me think that this might have some legs is that here, Tehran is positively reviewing Pakistan's request for a 2-week ceasefire. Okay, before, whenever Trump would come out and say that the Strait of Hormuz will open, Iran always comes and counters and says, "No, we're not talking to you. What are you talking about?" And it's making Trump look like a fool a bit. But this is the first time where they're saying, "Yes, we're looking at it." Okay, and this actually gives Trump a way out without losing face, because it's really the Pakistani prime minister who came to Trump with this deal. So Trump could sit back and say, they came to me and I agreed. And it's basically a safe facing, what is it? Face saving. I'm getting confused here. So it's a face saving way for Trump to get out of this war temporarily. Who knows? Maybe he can claim victory. Who knows what the negotiations can bring? So to me, this is very, very positive for the market. And what happened? Like, look at the market. We'll look at the 15-minute chart. Okay, this is a chart of 15 minutes on the market. The day basically was going here. This is Tuesday. Okay, down all day, a little bit up, down again. And then within the last half hour, boom, bid to basically finish flat on the day on this news. So the market comes up, okay, on the last minutes. What about the big boy, the big indicator, U.S. oil? U.S. oil basically indecision candle at the top. Okay, it went as far down as 109, below 110, but still, oil right now still trading at about $112 a barrel. It's not buying it. Okay, oil is not buying it until there's some final decision. Okay, but if you look at the technicals, we are still working this negative divergence in the technicals, in the stochastics. We have price going up, but not the indicators, not the RSI is going down, and the MACD is also going down. Okay, So we might be working this negative divergence. It might happen to go down. Okay, who knows? If I were the oil tankers that were trapped in the Straits of Hormuz, I would be front running this move. Like if there was a deal that's being made, I don't know how many tankers are trapped, 75 tankers, 80 tankers. All of that oil is going to hit the market very, very soon. And I would like commission every other tanker I could possibly find to go into the Straits of Hormuz over this 2-week period. If it happens, it hasn't happened. I would commission any tanker or even any bulk oil carrier, a bulk shipping, or a bulk carrying ship. I don't know what the terminology is, but it's a bulk shipping vessel to come in and like take barrels of oil and ship it out. I would do everything to front run, take as many barrels of oil as I can during this 2-week period to get it to the market, which is probably the EU. Yes, oil may be working this negative divergence pattern going forward. What about, but we don't know yet because this is indecision candle. We're hovering at the top. Oil is not fooled anymore by Trump's jawboning. It has to be something real. Okay. What about gold? Okay. Gold is up. Gold is basically exactly the same pattern as the market, if you will. So gold is bid today again in the last minute. It's coming back, still holding these, I would say between the 4,500 and 5,000 space. We could stick here for a while before going higher. We don't know. But if this 2-week period is alleviated, we might hit this top 5,000 before going down and making a higher low before going to new highs. But this will take weeks and months, I think, before we realize the highs. We might realize new highs by the end of the year, but I don't think we're going to do that in the next month or two. Okay, we're probably going to stay around this level. And if you see the moving averages, we did in this big candle here, we did kiss the 200-day moving average, which is a great buying point. And you probably just missed your chance. We might not get it. I don't know. If this continues to go higher, we might start touching it. It goes higher here, and we might start touching it in, what is this, June, July? I don't know how it goes here. Maybe June, July, we touch it, and that would be a great buying opportunity. The first touch of the 200, this didn't touch, but close enough for horseshoes and hand grenades. I'll take it. Okay, so still positive on gold. SPY is coming back into this neutral territory, but still below the 200. The 200 is still going to probably be a barrier going forward. We'll see. Let's get rid of the moving averages. But to reiterate, the war averted scenario looks like it could be true. I think there's a greater than 50% chance of it being true this time, because not only is Trump looking like the man here, which he likes, it feeds his ego, as we all know. It'll probably be taken, and Iran is not outright rejecting it. So positive, nothing has happened. It's just this piece of news is more positive than any other piece of news in the past when it comes to the war. So let's cross our fingers and hope it's true, and let's see what happens going forward. All right. So the big news is 8 o'clock tonight. He still has to make a decision. Maybe it happens before then. Maybe he accepts it. Let's keep our fingers crossed and see what happens at the end of the week. Later, guys.